Welcome back, everybody. The Grand Tactician, Civil War, Grandpa Gaming. This is episode 51 of our Federal Summer 61 campaign using the a.o.m mod. So as you can see, we're already opened up on a battle here, and this is another battle at Fayetteville. I think it's our second battle at Fayetteville. And once again, we are on the Elkhorn Tavern map. So it is Daywood with the Army of Tennessee going up against Major General Fry of Fry's Corps. And it looks like we have around a 10,000, almost a 10,000 man advantage on him. So they are attacking us. They are coming up along Telegraph Road and Little Sugar Creek Road. I'm not exactly sure which road they're going to be using. So I am set up to cover both. I have the 9th Infantry in the center at the crossroads here with the Bastards to their left and the Liberty Legion up on their right, with the engineers way out here covering down on this road. Actually, because the rebels have been a little weird whenever we've been on this map. They've been kind of moving around. I'm going to put the cavalry up along this road here, too, because we've seen them coming along in previous battles. Actually, this is the third time we're fighting on this battlefield. And every time I think my phone's on silent. They have actually come up the Leetown Road and then back down the Ford Road. Though we've never seen them traveling along Leetown Road, but we do know they are using that. So actually, I'm going to put my cavalry there. Come on, why are you not letting me move? Why can I not move you? We have not hit play yet. There we go. Didn't want to listen to clicks for a second. I have no idea what's going on there. I think right there's good. Get him dismounted in loose order. All right, so we're just gonna. It's already 1730, and we do have a minor victory. So if we do have any fighting today, it may see them off overnight. But I don't know. Let's jump in. All right, it's now 1840. We do have our first rebel cavalry sided coming down the road here, and we have the 4th Texas and the 5th Texas right behind them. They're moving at our battle lines. I have reshifted our lines as we now know they're coming in along this road here. So I've shifted accordingly. I'm hoping to feed these boys a little bit of supper before they go away on us. How far do you reach? You're about that tree there. So I'm hoping to hit them with a double volley and basically wipe that regiment off the map. You got behind that Hanson's brigade, 2,500 men. Fresh brigade. Come on, boys, come on down the road. Getting glitched on the fence there. Come on, just a little closer. Come on. Don't be shy. Just a little past that tree. You ready, jerseys? Feed him this supper. Tearing him down in half, basically.
Shoot the one on that horse. Get that dirty rebel.
Lay back down, boys. Yeah, 5th Texas doesn't want to come forward. They've been kind of slow stepping down that road. Actually letting the infantry just get right up on them. Wow, next closest units are a little way down the road. Yep, this cavalry regiment's causing a roadblock. So, probably be a few... Oh, 1900, so it looks like we're going to 2000 for this fight. Why does it sound like my men are marching? Nobody's marching.
I think I saw something, Sarge.
That's just annoying.
I think I saw something, Sarge.
That's a sound glitch. That is just annoying as hell. You guys still not in position? Got a lone cavalry regiment on that road, 7th Texas. And they're going to run through the Lincoln Valkyries and the Friedman Engineers coming down that direction. It's only the one industrial, so it's just the one cavalry regiment. I wonder how they ended up out on that road, because everybody was down here. There's only the one corps on the field. Oop. All right, Devils, back up. Goes 5th Texas. They're paired in half. And decent opening volley against Hanson there. Wait to see if they attempt to come forward again. Don't want Fry leaving too soon, but he might take the overnight withdrawal. Artillery has no sighting whatsoever. Looks like that cavalry ran to our boys. He ran to the engineers. Okay. It looks like they were heading down that same track they kept using last time, where that one regiment was always popping up on our right. Now it looks like Hanson's broke. It'll be a few minutes yet, so I'll be back. All right, so Fry did go for the overnight withdrawal. So, yeah. Kind of had a feeling it was going to happen. One more infantry regiment did come down the road along with a battery and quickly saw them off. Actually, the fighting had happened and went away so quick I didn't even have the chance to hit the record button. And then the overnight came. So, Not much in the way of numbers. We got 450 or 11,000 infantry, 300 or 600 cavalry. So we knocked down their cavalry in half. 15 or 70 guns. So almost 750 or 13,000 men. We did lose 77 men to a couple of volleys right there at the end, because the last regiment did manage to get a couple of volleys out. All right, really quickly go through the reports here. All right, Freeman Engineers did get some shots in against the 1 cavalry regiment. They did 69 to cavalry. And they lost 8 men wounded and 1 missing for a total of 9. In the Bastards Division, the Rocket Chickens actually got some shots off, doing 37 infantry. And the 9th Division, which had the brunt of it with the Arrows Lifeguards and the Jersey Devils. Arrows Lifeguards did 173 to infantry, 147 to cavalry, 36 to artillery, patrol 356. And Jersey Devils did 271 infantry, 93 to cavalry, 12 to artillery, patrol 376. Losses, Arrows, 11 dead, 48 wounded, 6 missing, patrol 65. And the Jersey Devils had 2 killed, 1 wounded. Not bad in the numbers at all. Let's see if we got any of those rebel officers. We did wound Brigadier General Scurry to 4th Texas. I doubt we got anybody from the infantry. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure which infantry regiment we fought, but I don't see any more wounded officers. So we did wound the 1 Brigadier General. The 4th Texas isn't even a brigade anymore. It's a regiment. I got a brigadier in charge of it. I'll get closed out of here, and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. A victory at Fayetteville, Fry's Corps in retreat. And it looks like they blamed the loss on a pole major who had nothing to do with the fighting. Enemy's probably suffered total casualties, 765 men. There are 111 killed and 158 captured. Our casualties total 77 men with 13 dead, 7 missing, and the rest are wounded. Captured 382 rifles, 5 guns from the field, and sent 173 men off to our vacation camps. So that fight was a skirmish in the grand scheme of things happening over here. So have we resupplied yet? We're still in the yellow. They would get back up in the green, so I get them after Fort Smith. So I am no longer considering the Little Rock option. We got to go straight down the center because we're not going to be able to supply from Little Rock. But last episode, kind of on the busy side. We got most of the way through the month. It's now June 21st. So we did fight a battle at Charlottesville. Battle once again at Fayetteville, Arkansas. An action at Gordonsville. And the Battle of Fredericksburg, which was basically my version of Grant's Cold Harbor with my charge across at the rebel lines there. That was a straight up line battle, which you don't generally see me fight a battle like that. That was a straight line battle. It was bloody for both sides. I never fight battles like that, and I went ahead and did it and really messed the grunts up. I mean, we messed the rebels up even more, but the casualties, we were hitting 50% casualties in several of the brigades. It was bad. If you haven't seen that episode yet, go watch the last battle of last episode. It's not my finest moment. I became very Grantish in that one. Well, mostly because we're nearing the end of the campaign. So we did fight that battle up here at Fredericksburg. Did the action at Gordonsville. The rebels apparently are retreating up. Like, we should have forced this knot of rebels out of Virginia already. They should have been forced out already, but they won't leave. I've been trying to force them out. They won't leave. At this point, I think I'm just going to leave Meade in location to take care of these guys because they do not have a lot of troops at all in these corps. What are we looking at here? Well, Army Washington, that's a headquarters unit. Holmes' Corps got 3,500 men. Department of Richmond's got 1,900. Jenkins got 6,500, and Randolph's got 2,500. So I'm just going to leave Meade here in Virginia to take care of them, and I'm going to start pushing the grunts south once they're ready to move again, and start finishing off what we got going on here. We also do have the Engineer Corps outside of Wilmington besieging Fort Fisher. I don't have any illusions about this one going in our favor. They have a lot of troops garrisoned in this fort. They moved a lot of their corps. It looks like they moved the full corps into this fort. You have the Fort Fisher batteries and the Fort Fisher garrison, which would have already been there. But now we got the 10th North Carolina, 36th, the North Carolina Junior Reserves, and the 1st and 3rd North Carolina Heavy and Light Artilleries. And we've all seen these units on the battlefield. We've seen these units on the battlefield. They were transferred out of the Corps and into the forts, which shows you that the AI is going on to a very defensive mindset. And it looks like, because I'm not seeing them, the rebel forces that were up here in the top of the Appalachia Valley are gone, though. It's still red here. I don't think Charlotte should have control of this, but it just might. We have retaken Knoxville, Tennessee. Department of Minnesota, which is the Reformed Army, is finally making its way south. We've managed to cross Mississippi River because this rebel squadron's blocking our crossing. We're finally getting back across. We still have Smith's Corps of 9,000 men with the Army of Ohio headquarters up here in Kentucky. So we do have to take care of them, and that's going to be handled with the Army of the Ohio. We're going to keep sending the Department of Minnesota south into Corinth since we were close enough to here to handle them, but we're around the west side of these forts, so we're just going to push it back down to Corinth, take Decatur, and then back into Chattanooga. And then push south again to Macon and reclaim, because the army was all the way down here at Savannah. So we're going to reclaim everything that the rebels have taken away from us and fully regain control of the cities that we did hold. Independent Cavalry Corps has taken Galveston. Their morale is totally broken due to a lack of food for months now. I mean, they're a small force, but they're having a hard time feeding themselves. But the morale is recovering at 13.2%. But even though the morale is broken, we can still move them. And they're almost in the green. We did capture the supply depot here, which did give them plenty of food and forage. So we're going to order them on to Beaumont, which is the last rebel town in Texas. And then we'll fully control the state of Texas outside of some fortifications, which I'm not going to be bothering with. And then we'll be moving them back over to Mobile. So the Cavalry Corps has not done any fighting whatsoever, but they have done a lot of work for us. They captured the entire Mississippi River region, moved into Louisiana, Texas. And once they finish capturing Texas, we'll be moving them into Alabama. I think that covers everything for right now. Probably a little bit of a faster recap than usual. So I'll see you all at the next incident. All right, it's now June 24th, and we actually do have a naval action going on. I did have my frigate squadron go and engage Lake Pontchartrain Squadron. And they're almost as equally gunned as us. We have 255 guns on our 6 frigates. They have 10 ships in this combat, and they already just lost one, the Cowslip. Which is... It's not showing me what it was. Looks like it may have been a brig. Yep, they're down to 199 guns already. So it looks like it's mostly cotton-clads and steam frigates, except for this one that we already sank. Went down to an ammo explosion right at the start of the engagement. And we just lost a number of guns. Oh, we have some wow. Santee's already disabled. Down to 24%. Cumberland's down to 42. I think they might be winning this engagement. Cumberland's disabled. Oh, no. we don't win this engagement, we're going to lose 2 of our frigates to the rebels. Covington's down to 36. Vicksburg's down to 50. Oh, they're getting the better of this engagement. What the hell, Farragut? Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all. Farragut is not such a great naval hero in this timeline. We're down to 98 guns already. They're still at over 100. USS Franklin's now disabled. Holy crap. These cottonclads are kind of screwing us. Oh my God, they are wrecking us. Lawrence and Adams are withdrawing. It's just the Sabine still in the fight. Holy crap. We lost 3 of our frigates to the rebels, with 2 more sunk. Or no, 2 of theirs are sunk. Oh my God. I can't believe that just happened. They just wrecked us. Oh, it looks like Fry's Corps is back for some more. He never fully retreated. He only actually, yeah, he's still about the same spot he was at. I actually didn't show that. He never really fully retreated. So he's coming back for another go-round. And it's 6 a.m., so we got all day for this one. So we basically got him right where we want him, but he's literally half our numbers. Actually, something else I wanted to point out here. Yeah, they got 7,000 men in this garrison. They stripped their core of forces and threw them into the forts, which is crazy. But let's jump on into this one. Welcome, my grunts, to another battle at Fayetteville. So we're on the Elkhorn Tavern map once again fighting the same corps. And this time they only do have the one entry point, and that's down here along Telegraph Road. Still might see somebody come down to that road there, but we're going to give ourselves... we're not going to do anything crazy here. We are going to set up in the same defensive point that we did before. Right here along this crossroad and bent around the stream there. So they have a railing on their left and just woods all over the place. Basically, you have to come straight down the road at us. So, and I want to make this fight as bloody as possible for them. Because I didn't go through all the numbers before, because really no number changes from the last time. The initial report showed Fry at 12,000 men. This says he has 15,000. My initial report said he had 12,000. So... And one thing I did notice the game doing, I don't know if anybody else has caught it while watching, I haven't seen anybody comment on it, is some of these units, like especially the cavalry, well, they'll have as many casualties and still be fighting as they did at the start of the engagement. If it came into the fight with 450 men, they'll have like 350, 400 casualties and still have 100 and something men standing there firing at us. So it's getting weird. This campaign has just gotten weirder and weirder. So hopefully we can drive it to a natural conclusion in the next few episodes. Hopefully. But enough of that. I'm going to get these troops set up the way I want them. And it's 6 a.m., so we got all day for this fight. All right, it's now 7:30 in the morning, and we do have our first rebel sighted. And once again, it's the 5th Texas Mounted, who we did see come in from this direction last fight. followed by the New Orleans Battalion, or New Orleans Garrison, which is now an orphan brigade. I did move some of my guns right up the road here, but they don't have a lot of firing distance. I'm going to lose that all once my troops are firing. Just a little closer, boys. 5th Texas is already getting ready to break, and I don't know how they made their numbers back, to be quite honest with you. Get ready to stand up. All right, give them to them, Devils. Yeah, mouse. Why are you boys not firing yet? There they go.
Hey, don't touch
Let's lay back down. Hopefully we get the New Orleans Garrison to approach closer. The problem was they were right behind the cavalry, so they were moving fast for infantry. And it doesn't look like they're going to get any closer. All right. Stand up and give it to them, boys. Are you boys not firing? Why? That's fine. Let the lifeguards take most of this. The Kaisers don't want to fire. There's nothing I can do about it. It's a long-range engagement. Next units are still way down the road. This is 7th Texas. Looks like they're looking for a way around. They probably saw our engineers out here. Seventh is down to 105 men. This unit shouldn't even exist anymore. Oh, good. Turn your flank. Give it to them. Take some vengeance for the casualties you just ate. Even the Jersey Devils laying down behind her to get some shots in. Was finally pulling back. Come at us, 7th. They probably already saw us, but well, if they did, they should have stopped, but we'll see. Want a close-range volley and just wipe this regiment out. Teared them in half. 55 casualties on that volley. There we go. All right, looks like it'll be a few minutes still, so I'll be back. All right, it's now 9 a.m. It's taking about 2 hours in game time for rest of the rebels start showing themselves. And we do have Hughie's division coming down the road to our front, but we also have a brigade from Chambliss's division off on their left. And looks like they're heading right for this gap in my line where I had the Freedmen engineers watching over here in case any cavalry came over this direction. But so I'm shifting the Albert River boys. Move at the double, guys. I don't even know why you're moving in battle line. And covering that hole down over there. What we got here? McRae. And it's taking a while for them to get here because the New Orleans garrison retreated to here and started reforming. So they're standing in the middle of the road, literally road blocking all the rebels trying to get down the road at us. If they're in range of these guys, I should have been in range of you. Looks like they're being smart about it. Wish my artillery could sight down this road better. That would be perfect for some solid shot to bounce it straight down the road, which is a tactic, bouncing shot down the road. One brigade's laying down over here. I haven't seen anything else off to the right except for that one cavalry regiment that was out there. Should I bring you boys over here? I'm going to bring my cavalry over here. I don't think they're needed over there, but just in case. You know, good sighting. Artillery should be doing some good. Because they are nicely grouped up for these James rifles that I have.
Stay down, boys. Stay down, boys.
There's Smith Brigade. Chambliss's division also. So Chambliss is coming out in this direction. But this roadblock back here has got everything messed up for the rebels. You guys are firing from some real long range. Five men, 0 guns. How does this unit even exist? And of course, they're gonna be able to fire anyone. We just wiped them out to a man. They just got wiped out to a man. That unit still exists after this fight. I'm calling BS. to keep an eye on the right there. Thankfully, I could see at least one of the brigades moving off to the right there. Here we go. Here comes the 4th MSG. They're just going to stay back there and snipe at us, aren't they? We'll keep waiting for this to develop because I might be able to push it across into their flank with the rocket chickens and the blackbeards. We'll let this keep forming. Got to eat those casualties for the time being. Shaver. There's 2 brigades over there. And my casualties are very quickly mounting because of this. Hopefully my artillery fire forces them to move forward or pull back. Alright, I will give it to them. Oh, that was a weak volley. Shaver and Smith heading for the Freedman Engineers. Sounds very loud over there. None of my guys were doing any of the firing. Division commander may not be here to direct these fellas. Where is their division commander? I don't see him. All right, engineers, give it to him. Oh, and they forced off the keystones. Long-range fire is getting really annoying. That's not that many men. All right, Blue Storm looks like they're all there. All right, we're not going to tolerate this any longer. They are nicely grouped up right now. That's beautiful. Yeah, to eat the casualties if Kaisers could have held on just a little bit longer. These guys got to push through this wetland now. Slow them down a little bit. Engineers did fine. These guys get most of the work done before anybody else gets a chance, but they're unstable. Yep, Blackbeards are now firing, and the rebels are reacting to that. See my cavalry moving up into their positions behind back here. Alright, there go the lifeguards. But sitting there taking all that long range fire for so long kind of did that. Keep your boys in the fight. Let the plan work itself. Look at all those rubber bodies laying there already. That's a pretty good sight. Put yourself into a mousetrap. There they go. And we have the major victory, too. Come on, Howard. Get across the stream. They're moving across already. Advance, boys, advance. They're retreating through us. Bring me prisoners. Like any of these brigades are surrendering. Come on, rip that off and brigade to pieces. That's what I want to see. A little bloodier for us than it should have been, but we had to lay there and take the casualties while they grouped up on the road there. So there was no avoiding that. Numbers should have been a little bit better in our favor, but hey, like I said, I mean, the Kaisers took almost 300 casualties while they're just laying there taking the hits, so it is what it is. So we lost 3,300. We took down 3,300 of their 12,000 infantry, 150 to 400 cavalry. We got 70 of their 75 guns. Holy crap! So we lost 3,800 of their 14,000. We bagged that corps. That corps should have surrendered to us whole cloth. It really should have. We lost 1,014 of our 20,241 infantry, 14 of our 1,280 cavalry. We lost one gun to counter battery fire. Total loss of 1,037 on 21,964 men. Honestly, I couldn't have built that mousetrap better if I'd planned it. So it worked out perfectly because they had to come down that one road. And you only had the one small division. Without its division commander attacking us on the right, it just allowed us to really get in there at these boys. All right, time for the reports. All right, Blue Storms did 139 infantry, captured 114 for a total of 253. Losses, 1 dead, 10 wounded, 3 missing for a total of 14. Freedmen Engineers did 394 to infantry. Losses of 11 dead, 50 wounded, 11 missing for a total of 72. Liberty Legion, First Suffrage did 162 to infantry, plus up to 167, caught some command staff there. Lincoln's Valkyries, which were the far left brigade coming through the woods, didn't get much done. They got 16 infantry, 51 cavalry for a total of 67. Losses for the First Suffrage, 6 dead, 10 wounded, 5 missing for a total of 21. Lincoln's Valkyries, 0 losses. Bastard Division, Blackbeards did 218 infantry, captured 87, 88 to artillery, captured another 126 for a total of 520. Rocket Chickens, 6 infantry, captured 16, 54 to artillery for a total of 77. Iowa River Boys did 505 to infantry. Losses, Blackbeards, 15 dead, 29 wounded, 14 missing for a total of 58. That's not bad at all. Thought they'd have higher. Rocket Chickens, 1 dead, 9 wounded, total of 10. Iowa River lost nobody. So that one brigade they were firing against on the far right, that's never even returned fire on them. Wow. I expected higher casualties on the Bastards Division, to be honest with you. 9th Infantry now. This is going to be some interesting numbers. All right, Arrows Lifeguards did 561 to infantry, 23 to cavalry, 13 artillery, patrol 597. Jersey Devils did 870 to infantry, 46 to cavalry, 70 to artillery, patrol 989. Keystone Kaisers did 43 to infantry, 33 to cavalry, 3 to artillery, patrol 79. Losses. Arrows Lifeguard, 72 dead, 153 wounded, 34 missing, total 259. Aggregate strength 2,342, 10% casualties. Jersey Devils, 91 dead, 228 wounded, 41 missing, total 360. Aggregate strength 2,419, 13% casualties. Keystone Kaisers, 53 dead, 145 wounded, 36 missing, total 234. Aggregate strength 2,499, 9% casualties. Actually, the lowest casualties in the division, the first ones to break. But just laying there taking that fire, and they were the main brunt of the fire for a while, I don't blame them. I honestly don't. 5th Artillery. Go Block's Battery did 13 to infantry, 4 to artillery patrol 17. Molly Pitchers did 14 to infantry, 5 to artillery patrol 19. Copeland's Lumberjacks did 18 to infantry, 8 to artillery patrol 28. Losses. Molly Pitchers had 4 wounded. Copeland's actually had 3 killed and 1 wounded. And 1 go missing, probably got misted. And we lost no officers. Let's see if we got any of theirs. Surprised we didn't get Fry. He was out in the middle of the fighting. We basically wiped out the 7th and 5th Texas. I'm surprised we didn't get their commanders. Wounded Brigadier General Ector. Wounded Lieutenant Colonel Cruz. I am surprised we did not get more of their officers. With all that crossfire we had coming down on them, that we only got 2 of their officers. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, we'll get closed out of here, and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. Glorious victory at Fayetteville. Fry's corps fleeing in panic. General Park loses face. And General Hebert loses. Park's actually mine. I think he was the commander of the Keystones. And it looks like they blamed Hebert for the loss. Now we gotta replace Park. All right, Battle of Fayetteville is end with Fry's corps retreating in panic. The enemy's reportedly suffered total casualties of 3,810 men. There are 492 killed and 1,060 captured. Archives told 1,037 men, with 253 killed, 145 missing, and the rest are wounded. We've captured 1,400 rifles and 31 guns from the field. Damn. I sent 1,030 soldiers off to our vacation camps. I need them to leave Daywood alone so he can get his readiness up to go after the fort. I need them to leave him alone. Where's my monitor squadron? The monitor squadron's on its way. You weren't supposed to be going there. What are you doing? Oh, they were getting drawn to the combat. He's actually supposed to be bombarding the fort here at Moorhead. Get back up here. Where? You return to port. Why can't I order you back to port? I think this fleet might be glitched. Yeah, that's not even the right icon on that fleet. Because it's all frigates, and none of them are steam. That shouldn't be a steamship icon. I think that might be glitched. And all the rebels are once again at Gordonsville. Oh, wait, we're at Gordonsville. We're at Gordonsville. They're at Culpeper Courthouse. The rebels in Virginia are just annoying as hell. Please don't tell me you got stuck. I've forgotten I'd given the Army of the Ohio orders to move on Chattanooga to retake it. And I think they might have gotten stuck like the other army did. I really hope they did not. Department of Minnesota is on its way to Jackson, and once they're there, they'll head on down to Corinth. That's as far as the rail lines they could take. And the Cavalry Corps is at Beaumont. Hopefully we'll have it flipped over before the month is finished out. Then we'll fully hold Texas. All right, it's now June 29th, and we have our next battle at Knoxville. Looks like Hardee has finally decided to come down out of the Appalachian Valley. And he tried taking Knoxville while our backs were turned. Thankfully, The Army of the Ohio got slowed down at the river of Kingston like my other army did, but they didn't get stuck. And I was able to turn them around and get them back up there to take on Hardee. So as soon as we finish off Hardee, these corps hadn't moved in so long, I just thought about ignoring them. But now I feel I do have to take care of them. But they did plus up Hardee's corps. And I think this is all the cavalry that was missing from Fry's corps, because it looks like they may have transferred all the Western units around. The rebels just keep moving their units around from corps to corps, transferring them like faster than I ever could. Yep, there we go. Look at B's corps. He was at 4,200 men. He's going up to 10,000. So they're shifting troops out to B's corps for another push. Now we're looking at Beaumont. Almost have it. I was hoping to have it before the month was over. That's not happening. All right, but Army of the Ohio under Dix is going up against Hardee. We're bringing 18,892 infantry, 1,686 cavalry, 33 guns to there. Just under 6,000 infantry, 3,600 cavalry, and 49 guns. Big disparity here. I think this is all the Western Mounted Rifle units is what I'm thinking it is. All right, let's get in there. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Knoxville. So we are on the Big Rock Mountain map, or the Willow Garden map, whichever you want to call it. And we are attacking. We're all the way down here in this corner, down by Lonesome Road. And we have to get up here to Log Cabin Lane, up here by the Stanley Orchard or Farm, whichever it is. They're defending this crossroads, basically. And it's already 1,300, so we could have some action today, possibly, maybe. Plan is to come straight up the road here, deploy into the woods here, and attack straight up at them. They're mostly cavalry-centric force. They're about 50-50 infantry cavalry. So we should be able to push through them easily. Then again, I said that at the end of last episode, too, so... Or actually, should we come up and around? No, we're going to come up here and then push down at them, because if they're down here, they may or may not be defending there. They may or may not be defending there. We've seen them defend different locations, but it'd probably be better if it's going to be longer. It's going to take us probably the rest of today and part of tomorrow to get there, but push up to here using Old Plank Road and pushing down instead of attacking from here. I think it's better. Yeah, we'd be pushing down instead of across this ground here. I think that'll be better for us. I'll get these troops on the move, and we'll see how long my plans last. All right, it's now 5 a.m. We have hit day 2. My troops arrived in position literally right at the end of the day, so I did not have time to launch an attack. And these were rebel dispositions. Actually, they were just reacting to me as I showed up. So we're going to set ourselves up for an attack. I'm highly doubtful the rebels are still in the position that they were in. I don't know. We could get lucky, but I'm very doubtful of that. But we're going to be leading this attack off with the 6th Infantry Division, which has the Harem Guards, the 2nd Mass, and the Cheesehead Infantry. They're going to be followed up by the 2nd Infantry Division, which is made up of the Delco Fencibles, the Constitution Brigade, and the Youngsterly Uncivil Warriors. And then followed up by the 4th Infantry, because they are the smallest division in this army, which has the Rochester Racehorses, the Brass Bandits, and the Iron Brigade West. Make sure you guys aren't on the fence. And you know what? Let's put our engineers and cavalry defending our guns. Dix, get the hell up here. I know you're an old man, but get the hell up here. All right, let's see if these boys are still in position. Nope, they moved all the way back. They moved all the way back. They're actually got a lot of their troops out there now. Holy crap, they moved way back. And how many men did we lose in overnight attrition? Let's take a look at that. We lost 126 men in overnight attrition. Of course we did. All right, once again, I'm going to get my troops on the move, and hopefully we can have an attack launch soon. All right, it's now 6 a.m., and while I'm trying to get my troops in position, the rebels are actually pushing forward on their right with their cavalry. I did move my batteries forward, and they got the worst of an artillery exchange here as their batteries were just rocking into us. These guys are supposed to be sitting on the defensive, but I don't think they got the memo. Finish getting into position, guys. Let's go. What the hell is going on here? I was going to be launching a 2-division front attack. It doesn't look like that's going to happen anymore. With the 6th Infantry pushing in between these two streams here, and the 2nd pushing in over here. But looks like the rebels want to come out and fight us. 2nd Mass, let's go. These rebels are coming down the road fast. My guys can't stop stumbling over each other, and the rebels are just crashing in at us. Ridiculous. Alright, screw this. Arms forward. Straight in at him. Let's go. My troops can't not trip over each other, and the rebels move like they have magical coordination of Russian ballet. I know you boys had orders to push forward. Looks like it's starting to step back in our direction. Don't tell me that unit's glitched. That's this into a major victory. Damn. They are done, but oh casualty numbers. They're not withdrawing. There goes the Harams. There they go. That was an absolute mess. Hardy definitely got his dander up and came out to fight us, especially after he broke my batteries. Third division into the fight. Get down, hold down here, boys. What are you doing? But we almost ripped them down by half. 31% casualties on the rebels. More volley. Get in there, hussars. Don't know what the hell the hog volleys were doing. I actually ordered them down before the hussars. And that's a glitch. They keep breaking and reforming, breaking and reforming. That's really annoying. Oh, God. I was not expecting that out of the AI. That was insane. Didn't even take that long either. That was pretty quick. That was about 8 minutes of fighting right there. It was just a complete maelstrom. All right, we lost 1,592 of our 18,887 infantry, 43 of our 1,600 cavalry. We lost 23 of our 30. All of our batteries broke. We get the guns back. We didn't actually lose any guns, but all of our batteries broke. Total loss 1,733 of our 21,058 men. Took down 1,200 of their 6,000 infantry, 2,000 of their 3,600 cavalry. Got all 50 of their guns. Total loss of 3,500 of their 10,000 men. Hardy, you should have just sat in position, wait for me to attack. Still would have lost, but you probably would have caused more casualties. All All right, time for the combat reports and casualty reports. This is not going to be pretty. All right, engineers did not fight. Second Cav, Hog Mollies did nothing. Diller's Black Hussars did 107 infantry, captured 88 for total 195. Losses, Hog Mollies had 11 go missing overnight attrition. Diller's Black Hussars had 8 killed, 14 wounded, 10 go missing, total 32. 4% casualties for that brigade. 2nd Infantry Division, Delco Fencibles did 83 to infantry, 164 to cavalry for 247. Constitution Brigade did 132 to infantry, 372 to cavalry for a total of 504. Unctuously Civil Warriors are 163 to infantry, 694 to cavalry, 21 artillery for a total of 880. Losses, Delcos, 55 dead, 279 wounded, 59 missing, total of 393. Aggregate strength, 1,277. 24% casualties. Constitution Brigade, 27 dead, 181 wounded, 38 missing, total 246. Aggregate strength, 1,384. 15% casualties. Unctuously Civil Warriors, 13 dead, 79 wounded, 10 missing, total 102. Aggregate strength, 1,734. 6% casualties. 741 total for the division, 14% casualties for the division. 4th Infantry did no fighting. They just had some overnight attrition from 2 of the brigades, 5 from the Iron Brigade West, 7 from the Brass Bandits. 6th Infantry, Harem Guards, did 92 to infantry, 299 to cavalry, 60 artillery for a total of 455. Cheesehead Infantry did 217 to infantry, 222 to cavalry, and 32 to artillery for a total of 471. And the 2nd Mass did 250 to infantry, 225 to cavalry, 132 to artillery for a total of 607. Losses. Harem Guards, 112 dead, 249 wounded, 62 missing for a total of 423. Aggregate strength, 1,523, 22% casualties. Cheeseheads, 71 dead, 167 wounded, 42 missing for a total of 280. Aggregate strength, 2,353, 11% casualties. 2nd Mass, 6 dead, 66 wounded, 21 missing, total 93. Aggregate strength, 2,497, 4% casualties. 796 for the division, 11% casualties altogether. 3rd Artillery Division, Ricketts did 4 to artillery. Pink Misters did 13 infantry, 10 to cavalry, 11 artillery for a total of 34. They're the ones that are battery that didn't break. Bangers did 6 to infantry, 1 to cavalry, 2 to artillery for a total of 9. Losses, Ricketts, 7 dead, 14 wounded, 6 missing, total 27. Aggregate strength, 106, 20% casualties. Pink Misters, 3 dead, 11 wounded, 8 missing, total 22. Aggregate strength, 131, 14% casualties. Bangers, 13 dead, 26 wounded, 10 missing, total 49. Aggregate strength, 150, 25% casualties. 20% casualties for the Artillery Division. All right, I don't think we lost any officers. Let me double check here. And nope. Let's see if we got any of the rebel officers. Wounded General Morgan, Division Commander. Wounded Lieutenant Colonel Lewis of Dismukes Battery. Killed Major Graves and Brigadier General Ross of the 6th Cavalry. Wow, we actually killed 2 of their officers in this fight. We got 4 officers altogether, but damn. I'll get closed out of here, and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. Glorious victory at Knoxville. I really wouldn't call that one so glorious. Battle of Knoxville's end with Hardee's Corps retreating in panic. The M's reported suffered total casualties of 3,491 men. There are 501 killed and 704 captured. Our casualties totaled 1,733 men, with 315 killed, 332 missing, and the rest are wounded. Captured 1,390 rifles and 16 guns from the field and sent 686 men off to our vacation camps. And poor old Lieutenant Colonel Ricketts lost face. He's one of the battery commanders. I'm not going to replace him. I'm going to leave him in position. Because for some reason, their rebel batteries were like laser focused on our batteries more than they should have been. It was kind of crazy. The hell are you? No, whatever gets you there. All right, it's June 29th, so we're going to keep this episode rolling to the end of the month. I'm just trying to prevent myself from making another 4-hour plus episode. I don't know if everybody liked the 4-hour plus episode or not, but I know a few people did, but that was a really, really long one. I'm trying to not let that happen, though. I am trying to push this campaign to its natural conclusion at this point. All right, just bringing everybody back in real fast here to show a weird glitch. So I had reloaded the game after our last naval engagement because the frigate squadron was stuck, and they were still stuck after the reload. But I did move the monitor squadron in to bombard Fort Macon. And all of a sudden, I'm in combat with a fleet that's not even on the map. So who are we fighting? The Charleston squadron. We're winning that engagement, but you see this right here, that and the frigate squadron got drawn into it, and they were not within the combat ring, so. And they still have the wrong icon. Oh, wait, no, I have the John Adams in there, and that's a steam frigate. Okay, so they do have the right icon. Ah, I must have put that in there by mistake. I just had to show that because I knew that siege was going to fail. Even though we had full readiness, the morale was low. So their morale broke. They're going to retreat back up to Fayetteville, and I'll let them stay there until they get their morale back up. I may actually move them to Raleigh. They should get their morale up faster there. I'm really hoping my frigates don't get drawn into a bombardment against the fort. So they need to get into a harbor and repair. And how are we looking here in Knoxville? Oop, it's time to pause it. It's now July 1st. Okay, we're retaking Knoxville. Good. And we have made it into Corinth, and that's under our control also now. Very good. So we have nothing but open map between us and Georgia. Now we're looking here in Texas. And we hold Beaumont. So that's one city held and 2 more captured. Beautiful. So we now control all of Texas and Louisiana. Arkansas is still an issue, but we're getting ready to move ourselves into Alabama. There's not much of the Confederacy left. But it is July 1st, so we're going to end this episode here and open up the next one with the July monthlies. So once again, if you're a new viewer, returner viewer, you're not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so the next video comes out. You're following along in the series and enjoying it, don't forget to bayonet that like button and butt stroke that comment section. And I'll see you all next time. Stay grumpy.